Ladies and gents, welcome back. I normally cover Canadian news and politics, but I thought I'd have to weigh in on this one. This is an extraordinary situation that's happening south of us in our neighboring country of the United States of America, where they're looking to go after the president, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, this all started where Donald Trump, he put out on his Truth Social, of which I don't have a membership for, so I'm getting a picture of it on Twitter that somebody posted. But he put this out there saying, now illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leader is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven, and based on an old, fully debunked by numerous and other prosecutors fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back. To which there were no protests. Actually, they didn't materialize, and also neither did that arrest. And this is a thing. This is from postmillennial.com. Breaking: New York City District Attorney Alvin Bragg having trouble convincing a grand jury in Trump case will reconvene on Thursday. So they didn't go ahead with it. The Trump arrest that everybody was either looking forward to or anticipating, well, it did not occur at all. It didn't happen. It just did not happen. The grand jury investigating former President Donald Trump for his alleged involvement in a $130,000 payment to an adult film actress, Stormy Daniels, on the eve of the 2016 election was told not to show up on Wednesday. However, it has been reported that they are set to reconvene on Thursday. News comes amid reports that Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is having trouble convincing members of a grand jury to hear the case. And I'll leave a link in the description for this article here. Now, the old story was that there was a guy that was working for Trump that tried to pay off Stormy Daniels, who is trying to either extort or I'm gonna leak this to the media and it's gonna hurt your campaign kind of deal. So an associate of his just straight up paid her off, go away, in the hopes that that would be a good favor for Trump. Now they tried to say that it was breaking campaign finance laws. But then it was allegedly Trump was going to be paying for it, or Trump was not going to be paying for it. Either way, it didn't really work out in their interest. Anyway, Amuse on Twitter put out a good thread giving a little bit more insight into what actually happened here. The Manhattan DA, District Attorney, canceled his plan to arrest President Trump when his final grand jury witness told the jurors that Bragg was hiding hundreds of pages of exculpatory evidence from them. Bragg is at risk of being charged with prosecutorial misconduct. So essentially, exculpatory evidence would be evidence that would completely exonerate him of any wrongdoing in this case. Bragg allegedly has hundreds of pages of exculpatory evidence and withheld that from the grand jury, and this saying now that Bragg is at risk of being disbarred for this situation. The big question now is whether he'll cave to the pressure of his constituents to arrest Trump, ending his legal career, or listen to the DNC's warning that indicting Trump would be an unforced error. The return of Michael Cohen, a disbarred attorney, takes center stage in a dubious prosecution. And the thread goes on to say Democrats' banana republic persecution of Donald Trump must meet a Republican response. This is the equivalent of a nationally televised jaywalking arrest to humiliate a person due solely to personal hate. Confirmed, Bragg canceled the grand jury proceedings for today after a disastrous hearing where it was learned that he had hidden hundreds of pages of evidence clearing Trump. Bragg asked jurors to be stand by for tomorrow, suggesting he might go ahead and ask for this indictment from the grand jury. Now, this is just, it's unbelievable how this whole thing is unfolding. Now, this is really bad news at the end of the day. I mean, the fact that the current administration or people that don't like Donald Trump are so strongly going after a former president of the United States is a really bad sign for the Republic. And these are our neighbors to the south. I'm also a dual citizen, so I'm a citizen of the United States of America. So this is concerning. It's very concerning that this is actually the behavior that's happening. So either they have to go through with this, or the people that are running this scheme to try to have the former president arrested, they need to face some sort of repercussions for the things that are going on here. Now, some people, Amuse actually further adding to this, just to be clear, the planned arrest was canceled because of the revelation Bragg had withheld evidence, but he might very well move forward with the indictment and arrest sometime next week. So we don't know if this actually might go forward. Now, some people are throwing in there, this isn't how a grand jury works. The DA doesn't have to show a grand jury exculpatory evidence. Sorry, that's a tongue twister one to get over. So this tweet is a lie, to which other people replying, no, that's actually wrong. The right to presentation of exculpatory evidence, while the prosecutor represents the state and has no obligation to present the defendant's side of the story, he has an obligation to present evidence to the grand jury that is clearly exculpatory. In order for evidence to satisfy this threshold, it must refute an element of the crime charged. If the prosecutor fails to present evidence that is exculpatory and meets this standard, the conduct warrants dismissal of the indictment. So this is the direction that we're headed in for this case, and it clearly seems like a case that they're going after the guy because they just don't like him. It's the old find me the guy and I'll find you the crime. They really have nothing on him. He's been known as Teflon Don every time they go after him for something in particular. They really try, and nothing as yet has stuck. And he's doing really well in the polls. Actually, it looks like he may be a contestant in the next running for the president of the United States of America, and clearly this is a case that they're trying to thwart any such case in general. Now, Michael Malice taking to Twitter to say Trump wouldn't have to worry about getting arrested if he was white, which is hilarious. A tongue-in-cheek comment on his orange appearance, for which he's famous for. This is another thing that's been put out there. There's been deep fakes all over the internet, and this is amazing what AI has been able to accomplish when it comes to generating imagery. And this, of course, is here's Donald Trump deep fakes of him at Mar-a-Lago, just waiting for the feds to come and arrest him or try to extradite him from Florida to bring him to New York to face an indictment charge. Fake AI generated photos of Trump being arrested go viral on American social media, and these are really, really good ones. Of course, AI with their classic mistakes. So they have Donald Trump here being tackled by police, but it seems Donald Trump also has a police belt with a billy club and some other things. This is this is something definitely to watch out for when you're looking at social media these days. But here we are, people making up fake stories to try to lay arrests, actual allegations, actual indictments on individuals. And the reason why it's so troubling and so worrisome, if they can go after the former president of the United States because they just don't like him, what do you think they could do to you? What do you think they could do to you? This is really about just every American or any even Canadians that are visiting in the United States. If they really want to go after an individual, this is where you would want to, even if you don't like Donald Trump, you would want to root for him to win in this situation, because this is the litmus test. This is the boiling frog. Will they have the ability to come after you for just anything they want because they don't like you? Anyway, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this whole scenario. It is a cluster like we have never ever seen in a free and fair and democratic country, the constitutional republic of the United States, of course. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.